Anyway, welcome back to Chair League, guys. Gonna go ahead and bring up the draft, which is already in progress here between Squirtle Squad Squirts and NORF. I don't know if maybe that's a Pinky and the Brain reference, but NORF is, I think, I don't know. I don't know what it's a reference to, but either way, we're seeing very solid bands coming out here to start. Falstad and his global presence can just be an absolute terror on this map. And Zagara, of course, with her vision, being able to kind of tattletale on a lot of the predictable rotations that you see here on Dragonshire. Pretty solid bands coming out from these two teams. And of course, when Kael'thas can be picked, why wouldn't you pick him? Going to see the Squirtle Squad Squirts go ahead and pick up that pick first. NORF is going to respond with the Leeming pickup, where it kind of makes sense. In some ways, you might try to save your Artillery Mage pickup for later in the draft because Squirtle Squad Squirts already has theirs. But on the other hand, for NORF, Li Ming would be a solid ban for the Squirts on the next round. So might as well pick up Li Ming now before they have a chance to ban her out and cause you to not really be able to get a good mage, a good burst damage dealer with Li Ming and Falstad off the table at that point, and Kale already drafted. And then we'll see the ETC pickup. NORF deciding to go ahead and prioritize ETC here, which we haven't seen from any of the teams so far tonight. We've seen ETC banned out in the second ban phase because he wasn't picked up beforehand. I think this is a really great pickup. ETC, in my opinion, is the best tank in the game right now with the utility that he brings, the ability to set up picks and combos, and just in general being able to change the course of a game with Mosh Pit. On the other hand, one thing to note about ETC that's interesting that a lot of people don't really think about too much is that he does have a global presence ultimate with Stage Dive if they decide they really don't need Mosh Pit. Most teams don't do that, but on Dragonshire it can be very useful to have that extra mobility and global presence to be able to move around on the shrines. But we will see Zol as well as Brightwing coming out here from the Squirtle Squad Squirts. Brightwing, a very powerful hero here on Dragonshire, where able to blink around, able to phase shift around to really be able to tilt the tide of a fight on these shrines as they try and pick up the Dragon Knight. Muradin is going to be the ban out here for NORF. A very smart ban here, as Muradin's got a lot of good things with his kit, with his ability to deny a turn in the mid if they decide to stick him in that mid lane. And of course, they already have ETC, so able to apply that tank chokehold and the response of the healer chokehold coming out from the Squirtle Squad Squirts here with the Uther ban. A pretty good ban. Uther in general can be rough when paired with ETC, being able to get that uninterruptible Mosh Pit with Divine Shield on it, so they're going to go ahead and deny that for the side of NORF. NORF still needing quite a bit to fill out their ranks here. They don't have any kind of bruiser hero, which lately we've seen most teams try and prioritize. The sustained damage, with which Greymane can kind of be a hybrid. He has the ability to poke and put out good sustained damage, but he also has the ability to jump in there very powerfully and really take somebody out quickly with Go for the Throat. And then we're going to see Rhaegar going uncharacteristically far in this draft process, but they will go ahead and pick up Rhaegar. Very good for being able to keep up ETC in those moshes if he does get focused. And we're going to see Diablo and Raynor coming out as the picks for Squirtle Squad Squirts. That's definitely a couple of heroes that we don't see very often. And an interesting pick here. I'm a little bit worried about solo tank Diablo for solo support Brightwing. And not a whole lot of heals and not a whole lot of damage soaking ability between that tanking and healing combo, but a lot of damage coming out. Zol with Poison Nova is able to put a lot of AoE pressure out in a very short span of time. And then, of course, we see Sylvanas is going to be the pick for NORF. While Raynor has probably the best and most consistent damage in terms of sustain in the game, and also able to zone pretty well with either of his ults, really. Able to zone out an entire team with Hyperion, or if he does decide to go for those Banshees, can really zone somebody out. But ultimately here, if I have to choose who won this draft, I'd have to say NORF. I've been going right all day. I don't know what the deal is, but red team has been just currying my favor with the Sylvanas pickups, as well as Rhaegar. You know, two of my favorite heroes in the game. And this is yet another one of those maps, Dragonshire, a lot like Tomb of the Spider Queen, where you have a pushing mechanic. You know, you have something that you're building around. In this case, it's the Dragon Knight. And being able to shut down those turrets enables the Dragon Knight to be able to do a pretty good job at being able to push through structures without taking a whole lot of damage from them. So a great pickup there in that last pick from Sylvanas. A good engage and burst ability. And, of course, good CC coming out from ETC, being able to set up some of those for the follow-up from Greymane and Li Ming. A good reset combo there with Greymane and Li Ming, where if they can get just that one kill, just that one pick, a team fight can go south very, very quickly. I like everything I'm seeing out of NORF's draft. As far as Squirtle Squad Squirts are concerned, I do like the Kael'thas pickup early. They have gotten probably one of, if not the most OP hero in the game, which can put a decent amount of pressure. And between Diablo, Zol, and Kael'thas and their CC ability, even Brightwing with Polymorph, they do have a lot of follow-up potential to be able to set up some picks of their own. We'll just have to see. I feel like there's a lot of squishy heroes on the side of NORF. Brightwing doesn't really have the ability to burst heal and save someone from that reset mechanic. And I feel like they might just be feeding that reset train a lot of this game. We'll have to see how it does turn out there. And we are loading in here on Dragonshire. Going to go ahead and introduce our teams as we set ourselves up here. In the blue on the right side, we are going to see the Squirtle Squad Squirts, which we're going to see Tiny Forever on Diablo, Donathan on Zol, Zorian on Raynor, Halduni on Kael'thas, and Kitsu Kala on Brightwing. Meanwhile, on the right side, we're going to see NORF is going to be our red team. We're going to see Party Boy Corey on Greymane, Beast on Li Ming, Kix on Rhaegar, Misty on Sylvanas, and Undead Human on ETC. Right away, we see NORF going ahead and trying to set up for that early gank, going ahead and working on their Chinese bush meta right from the get-go here, waiting for that. And we're going to see the four-man rotation here. Greymane, Rhaegar, Li Ming, and ETC. And watch out, because when that combo comes after you, good luck, man. The aggressive four-man rotation here being felt very, very early as a very quick rotation from mid to bottom there, able to pick up those and retain all of those and getting back up there in plenty of time. Waiting in this this Bermuda Triangle is what a lot of people think of it here, with the way the vision happens with these. A lot of times you end up walking into that triangle but not walking out. Again, the aggressive rotations coming out here from NORF. Meanwhile, you know, a little bit more soak gained ultimately from Squirtle Squad Squirts here, as they are soaking every lane simultaneously. But with that four-man rotation there, NORF able to very easily pressure and keep the shrine. We'll have to see what they want to do with it here. Nobody's soaking mid right now, so they are losing a little bit in the XP race, as Kael'thas, a very smart move, allowing those minions to just kind of kill each other, able to pick up the XP in the meantime, but denying some of that XP from NORF. He's going to end up putting a little bit of pressure there, and then he's going to back off. But in the top lane, we see Sylv versus Diablo, and so far Diablo looks to be getting the better of that exchange. But keeping 3 down here for NORF to make sure they're able to hold on to this bottom one, is Sylvanas not able to win that top battle with Diablo, so realizing that in order to deny the Dragon Knight, they are going to have to stay down here and continue to pressure. I do think they win this 3-man. Now we are going to see the aggressive slide in there from Undead Human on ETC onto Zol, but just not enough follow-up there from Greymane and Li Ming, not quite on the same page with him there. And we do see Rhaegar going ahead and making these rotations. Kix being very quick to rotate and pick up the XP in mid. Not necessarily showing, so is going to be able to covertly get some of that XP built up there. But while the battle rages on in the bottom, they are getting a little bit of harass out onto that wall. Nothing too ridiculous, but both teams really just farming here. We are seeing a little bit of an XP lead from Squirtle Squad Squirts here, as we do see Rhaegar rotate down before he's able to pick up a few of those minions in the mid lane. But ultimately, just both teams just kind of chilling out here, not doing a whole lot, just making sure to get whatever harass they can out to try and keep each other off of each other's towers. In the top lane, Diablo and Sylvanas continue to just kind of have their little back and forth. Both teams, you know, kind of recognizing the gentleman's agreement to not go ahead and rotate anyone up to that top lane. Just let those two solo soakers kind of do their thing. You know, no need to get too hypey. And a huge rotation here onto Zol. Zol stepping out just a little bit too far, but the pixie dust from Brightwing as well as Zol's shield is going to end up being enough to help them be able to get out of that situation safely. Rhaegar soaking in the mid, and we do finally see the gentleman's agreement maybe finally coming to an end here, as Misty is gonna be extending into this lane. If she extends much further, I think we might see that final jump in there. Diablo is gonna get the push out. The flame strike is gonna hit, as well as the living bomb, but Misty is just barely gonna make it out of there on Sylvanas. But the gentleman's agreement, this is over. These guys are finally ready to do it for real. Meanwhile, Kale is going to rotate down in time to get at least a few of these creeps in the mid. Again, just a little bit of an XP lead here. No kills so far. First blood still on the... Well, you know, I say it, and of course, there it is. But we see Zol is going to go... Or Brightwing is going to go down, but we're going to see Zol get that Bone Prison out to get a lot of harass on Zol, and a little bit of a misplay there, I think, by Raynor. He had the ability to turn around and end the life of ETC, but isn't going to end up doing that. We are going to see both shrines as finally, both shrines are going to be captured by one of these teams, and Squirtle Squad Squirts is going to be the first one to be able to have both of them, but we do have Kicks and Beast here in the mid, along with actually Greymane, a strong rotation to the mid to be able to just kind of snip this out and make sure that nobody's picking up this Dragon Knight just yet, but a big push coming in from the bottom. Squirtle Squad Squirts really capitalizing off of this, not prioritizing making the rotation to the mid. But we are going to see a rotation as Greymane is going to come down along with ETC and Rhaegar as they do rotate in here to try and get a little bit of harass on Zol. But ultimately, these guys smart enough to know when to back out. They do get that entire front wall, though. A very good use of that capitalization there. Sylvanas is going to end up going down in the top lane, though. Looks like that KT Diablo combo paying off there. Yet again, the gentleman's agreement is completely off, but then again, I guess they sent Li Ming up there, so, you know, fair is fair. 2v2. They just happened to lose the 2v2. A lot of harass coming out there from Li Ming, though, hitting a nice orb to chunk down Kael'thas there. We will see Rhaegar going ahead and rotating up to the mid to soak, and for the moment, it looks like Squirtle Squad Squirts are going to go ahead and get both of these shrines yet again. Not a whole lot that ETC can do about that. He's going to slide out to safety and be able to get back to the safety of his towers. We are going to see Hyperion coming out, though. Level 10 has been picked up with Blink Heal, Phoenix, Hyperion, Poison Nova, and we're still waiting on Diablo's ult. But this could give them the opportunity they need to really be able to pressure somewhere on the map to be able to pick this up. Tiny Forever on Diablo, going to go ahead and engage in a little bit of a skirmish here on top for Greymane, but not going to be able to take that, especially with Rhaegar hanging around. Brightwing actually falls, or no, sorry, Li Ming falls in the bottom lane to that combo, and we now see all 4 members here are going to be down here for Squirtle Squad Squirts, still continuing to put pressure on this bottom lane. Yet again, both are picked up here, but Kix is going to back out, but not too far. Still keeping an eye on mid here. Greymane able to recapture that top, and the back and forth continues up in this top lane. The bottom shrine has been secured for quite a while with all that push. They will get that fort down. First fort of the game is going to go over to Squirtle Squad Squirts. Still no Dragon Knight picked up, but not a big surprise on this map. We see a very aggressive rotation here from NORF, as all 5 members are up here in this top lane with Sylvanas, maybe looking to get a little bit of a response to that top port going down. A huge APOC is going to come out, though, blocking many of the members in that Phoenix for a little while. Sylvanas taking a lot of damage, but they are going to be able to back out of that situation. And not enough of a response to really be able to follow up on that with the other members soaking in other lanes. And they're actually going to end up stealing this bottom siege camp, are the Squirtle Squad Squirts, as Zol going ahead and working on this bottom camp, actually getting very, very low here, but Brightwing will come down and go ahead and help him secure that. Greymane's going to go ahead and capture this. He's going to capture the bottom shrine, but he may end up getting in a lot of trouble for it here, as we do see the rotation in there from 3 members of the Squirtle Squad Squirts, as they are able to go ahead and secure that kill on Greymane. And this could be the first Dragon Knight of the game, as they have plenty of room in the bottom here for Tiny forever on Diablo, able to pick this up. First Dragon Knight picked up, and the XP lead is going to continue here. Not prioritizing the soak as much for NORF, as we saw that 5-man rotation up to the top, allowing Squirtle Squad Squirts to continue to out-soak them in every lane. And that is being felt here, as they have the 13-tier advantage, able to get a pick there, and finally getting the room to be able to secure that first Dragon Knight. The mid fort going down here as well. And we do see Li Ming getting blown up yet again, just being able to pick that off at the last moment there. And just before they were able to get out, a nice slide there from ETC, preventing the kick. And all of a sudden, Diablo in here with a lot of the members of NORF, but they're not going to end up capitalizing on that, as we do see Squirtle Squad Squirts here really using their comp, really doing a great job of utilizing the strengths of their comp, being able to rotate, get these picks, abusing the global of Brightwing and Peekaboo to be able to give them vision and give them an idea of what they're up against. And good follow-up thus far from Raynor, being able to follow up a lot of what we're seeing from Zol and that lockdown. And then also Kael'thas following up pretty well with the Diablo stuns so far. They are ahead, 4-1 kills so far. But we are going to see Kael'thas going down in the mid, as we see a big collapse there from ETC, and Li Ming able to burst them down. And I didn't quite catch that one, but it looked like Kael'thas went down real fast. And all of a sudden, we're seeing a little bit of a we're going to see NORF capitalizing off of that pick by getting the front wall of that mid lane. Diablo and Raynor are going to go ahead and hightail it out of here, as they do sense the impending rotation here, and they're going to see Diablo rotating up and around a little bit too late. Had they been able to find him there, he would have been in a lot of trouble. But good rotations thus far. I'm really pleased what I'm seeing from Squirtle Squad Squirts here with their nice heads up rotations. We are going to see them go ahead and pick up the siege in the bottom. And right now, this 5-man death ball really is what we're seeing out of NORF, at least trying to find somebody. They're going to go ahead and rotate to this bottom, but yet again, the Squirtle Squad Squirt's able to realize what peril they're in, and they go ahead and back up, does Brightwing and Zol. And we're going to see a big push here on the bottom. Sylv able to shut down these towers, but we're seeing the response push up top from Raynor and Diablo as they get the third and final fort down for the side of NORF. We're also seeing a good response here. Brightwing and Zol able to clean this up, getting a few extra skeletal warriors out of this as well. We will see NORF go ahead and pick up this bottom shrine. Top one picked up by Squirtle Squad Squirts. They're going to start working on their siege camp. This is going to be sniffed out here, though, by Diablo. He's not going to get there in time to be able to really do anything about it, but they will catch Rhaegar a little bit out here. Ton of damage coming out from Raynor and Kael'thas, as they are able to capitalize off of that heads-up flip and push from Diablo. A big Poison Nova coming out as well. Many of the members of NORF very, very low here. They're missing this 16 talent tier. We are going to see a very smart rotation yet again, sending both Diablo and Kael to really be able to zone and peel. And even then, Greymane's not going to be able to rotate up here in time, but he is going to be caught out by that huge gravity lapse, and the Flame Strike's going to come out and finish him off. An incredible play by Howdooney there, able to really utilize Kael. That is what Kael does, especially with the extra vulnerability that Howdooney decided to take there. for that gravity lapse, able to get some extra damage and really take out, secure that kill on Greymane. All of a sudden, 3, almost 4 levels ahead are the Squirtle Squad Squirts. They've been out-soaking this entire game. Even now, Zol pressuring the bottom keep while everybody else is here in mid, pressuring the mid keep. They're able to get both front walls down, and things are looking a little bit bleak here for the side of NORF. Meanwhile, both teams going to go ahead and rotate back a little bit. We are seeing Brightwing and Zol going ahead and picking up this bottom one. Kix is going to scout this out. He's going to go ahead and go in on this. Many of the members missing here able to instantly blow up Brightwing, and a lot of the burst and reset coming out. They're going to get Zol as well. They're going to steal this camp. A very brilliant engage. NORF showing signs of life here late in this game, as we do see the return rotation, but with 2 members down here, no healer, this is still a 3v5. Squirtle Squad Squirts, realizing this, is going to go ahead and try and back out here. ETC getting a little bit aggressive, going in there to try and catch Diablo out. The follow-up not quite there, not quite enough health to really be able to support this. And smart rotation here from the Squirtle Squad Squirts. Not going to continue to over-engage here. It's just going to clean up that camp. Doesn't want to risk the whole game on this. Just want to try and recover. But Diablo making an unfortunate rotation into the entire team here. A good response here from NORF as we do see them go in. But an ETC almost getting that Ancestral just a little bit too late there from Rhaegar. So close to saving him. But ultimately, we will see them go ahead and back out, having lost their lead cow. They're going to go ahead and back up, grab their bruiser camp on top. Both teams actually rotating out to grab the bruisers. So they have the potential push here during the Shrine phase, which I really like. But pretty good play coming out from both teams so far. You know, the early game definitely has been controlled by the Squirtle Squad Squirts. They do still have a 3-level lead, but despite that 3-level lead, we're still seeing a lot of guts and determination coming out here from NORF. As we do see, again, the 4-man rotation. ETC still coming off of that death timer, but all 4 members that were still up are going in after this, trying to get this top shrine. I don't know if it's going to be in time, though. Diablo is going to stall this out. Zol is going to be able to get down here and capture it. Li Ming's rotation not quite fast enough to be able to get down to deny that. A great Ancestral coming out on Greymane. He hits that one perfectly, being able to keep him alive, but it may be too little too late here with the damage. A lot of the damage already being done. We do see the rotation here from the Dragon going to the bot lane. Is going to go ahead and smartly back up here. He realizes 56 seconds still on this Dragon Knight. Still very healthy. No reason to really risk a whole lot of the damage now, as he does wait for his team to go ahead and rotate down. We do see Diablo as well as Raynor going ahead and coming down here. Kix going to go ahead and work on his Chinese bush meta for just a second there, trying to scout out the rotation. But here they come back to bottom. We do see NORF rotate most of their members back to the mid to try and clear that a little bit. But this bottom is going to end up getting pushed in here. They're going to be going after this keep, the first keep of the game. Could be going over to the side of Squirtle Squad Squirts. Not sure how much they can really do about this with the level 20 talents, but we do see them go ahead and backdoor here. The gravity lapse is going to end up interrupting very well that mosh pit, and that was really the only hope they really had of turning this one around, I think, as we do see the Dragon Knight still alive, still a lot of damage coming out there from Squirtle Squad Squirts, and they are going to get 3 members down with that gravity lapse combo, putting a ton of damage on ETC with that additional vulnerability. And this could be GG, as all 5 members still very healthy. The lockdown on Rhaegar, the gravity lapse, they are going to blow him up with that Poison Nova, and that is going to spell it. That is going to be GG being called here by Beast on Li Ming. A very dominating effort by Squirtle Squad Squirts, out-soaking in the early game, getting the picks that they needed, winning the kill count ultimately here, 11-4, really showing their dominance. Not a single fort lost from the side of Squirtle Squad Squirts, and just in general, a really strong performance. I didn't give them enough credit for their draft. They played smart. They played very smart all game long. Bottom line, you don't really need the heals if you don't take a whole lot of damage. You see the damage a little bit low in comparison for the side of NORF. Of course, Li Ming putting out quite a bit of damage as she normally does, having good numbers, still having pretty decent numbers. But if you look on the side of the hero damage on the side of Squirtle Squad Squirts, they were just able to catch out members of NORF a lot more often, get those picks, get those big kills, and at the end, with those level 20 talents, really able to abuse those, to be able to win that last team fight and just really, really dominate. Really, really happy with what I saw out of them and their draft. Big congratulations to the Squirtle Squad Squirts. Got to give a lot of credit to NORF as well for being willing to come back. They took a lot of those good picks at the end, even many levels down, still able to make some really cool plays to be able to get some of those pickoffs and keep themselves in the game for a little while. But we will go ahead and give you guys the snapshot of the talents to see what these guys were playing throughout this match. Holy living bomb, Batman! But we are going to see Squirtle Squad Squirts take this one here in Division 3. That is going to be it for me tonight, guys. The triple header has come and gone. I apologize for the little bits of for the little bit of a turnaround there. Not able to quite get the production value I normally would like out of that turnaround, but that's what happens when you unexpectedly suddenly have two matches that start only half an hour apart. But we did get them both done. We got it all done. Pretty good night here in Chair League. I'm going to go ahead and throw up my, of course, as always, my shameless self-promotion. Sorry that Plague couldn't actually join me for this match, but I hope you guys still enjoyed it, even just having to listen to me talk the whole time. But still a lot of fun, as always, in Chair League. If you like what you see, go ahead and throw in the follow. That's always super helpful for getting us out there, both of us. You can always check out our matches that we cast on YouTube. We upload them shortly after the matches are over, so you guys will be able to check those out and rewatch them later. And we'll be doing this more. You know, we've been loving Cast and Chair League, and we're going to be back for more of it in the coming weeks. We also will be playing tomorrow night, which is going to be exciting. I don't think we have a caster signed up for our first ever Division 2 match against, I believe it's the Karazim Chess Club is who we're going to be facing tomorrow. 6 p.m. PST, so that's going to be a lot of fun. Looking forward to that. And I'll be seeing you guys again soon. Thanks for joining us, guys.